What's up, everybody? It's your man, Fat Man Buddha, and these are some big ass headphones. And like I said, man, we're just gonna do some small reactions, man. See what's out here. See, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, I might be bored, man. So I'm glad y'all coming with me. Hope y'all got a blunt ready. And without further ado,
Thanks for teaching me to fend for myself. You were always unavailable to my parents and I, despite appointments. Only in these past few weeks, with the award ceremonies and graduation coming up, did you begin making your appearance. And might I note, you expressed to me your joy in knowing that one of your students was valedictorian when you had absolutely no role in my achievements. To the staff in the main office, thank you for teaching me how to be resourceful. Your negligence to inform me of several scholarships until the day before they were due potentially caused me to miss out on thousands of dollars. When applying for a work permit, you repeatedly turned me away, despite confirming with my employer and parents that all my paperwork was filled correctly. I've had to escalate issues with staff to an assistant principal various times to reach any sort of solution. To the teacher who was regularly intoxicated during class this year, thank you for using yourself as an example to teach students about the dangers of alcoholism. Being escorted by police out of school left a lasting impression. I hope that future students and staff learn from these examples. Thank you, class of 2019.
And that's why I never even, I've been to college, but it's like, going to a university like that, nah, that ain't me, man. Because just like she said, man, what are they really going to teach you besides you teaching yourself, man? Like, come on, man. But B.
Well, Gen Z is pissed at us boomers, and I can't say that I blame them. There was an article that came out the other day that said you would have to have 5 minimum wage jobs to live in Austin, Texas, to afford the rent there. It's ridiculous. So those of you who say, well, back in 1980, I made $15 an hour and I bought a house. Well, guess what? Adjusted for inflation, your $15 an hour that you made in 1980 would now be over $112,000 a year. You know, most young people I meet, they want to work. A lot of people say, oh, the new generation doesn't want to work and they're lazy. No, that's not true. They're smart. They're smarter than us. They just don't want your crappy $15 an hour job.
Facts.
Now, I'm not here to give any answers, but I'm just saying, I feel you, Gen Z.
I ain't really got no beef with the boomers, man. For real. It's just, man, we gotta do something about the government, man. Those the people everybody need to be mad at because they were here before the boomers. Somebody's literally in Congress. I was born in 1930. Literally. How old is that? You about to be 100 years old in Congress. That should be illegal.
What's up, family? I'm Coach Leon. This is my second great grandfather, Nathan. I looked at his 1870 census, and if you can see this right here, it says white, black, mulatto, etc. Here on this census, you can see male, mulatto. This is the interesting part, that the child of an Indian and the child, grandchild, or great-grandchild of a Negro shall be deemed, accounted, and held as mulatto. You can see him here on the 1940 census. Now he's black male. This is mom's Mary. This is the same census in 1870, and you can see she's a female mulatto. You can also see all the rest of her family right here. This is another one of my relatives, mulatto male. Then something crazy happens. They actually crossed out mulatto and put Negro. Check that out. Then by the 1940 census, they said the hell with everything, and now everybody's just black.
For real. Go find out your tribe, man, because they finna start handing out reparations. But if you go to the government talking about, yeah, I'm black, I'm African American, they gonna look at you and laugh, man. Find out your tribe. For real. I know they starting to bury everything, but man, for real. Cause I know I'm Creek and Cheyenne. So I'm probably finna be getting land from Alabama and Florida. So y'all do y'all due diligence, man.
What's a piece of information that you learned that feels illegal to know?
In the western part of my country, Nigeria, banks are legally required to provide free cash to foreign passport holders, provided the money is meant to save your life while you're in Nigeria. So basically, all you need to do is go to the bank with your passport. If you've got a Nigerian passport, it's not going to work. You need a foreign passport while you're in Nigeria, and tell them, I need this money to save my life. And no matter how much you ask for, the banks have to give you the money. And the banks don't even care, because they're just going to get the money back from your country's embassy. So you can ask for as much money as you want, and they have to give it to you. And that's why so many foreigners just come to Nigeria for this purpose and then go back to their countries as millionaires.
Yes.
It's crazy.
So we're going to Nigeria. We're going to Nigeria, and I'm gonna tell them, boy, I fear for my life, man. Please, I just need $10 million. I just need $10 million, and as soon as I get that $10 million, guess what? I'm going straight to Zulu, and I'm gonna find me a wife and a.
Hello, my loves, and today's herb is black cohosh. Black cohosh lowers blood pressures and cholesterol levels, reduces mucus production, help with cardiovascular and circulation disorders, relieve menstrual symptoms and menstrual cramps with back pain, morning sickness, helpful for poisonous snake bites, good for arthritis. Don't use if you're pregnant or in the presence of chronic diseases. You guys have a good one and enjoy your day.
Facts. It's time we start getting some healthy alternatives in here, folks. I'm trying to lose weight myself, man. I'm like 300 pounds. I'm trying to cut at least 60 pounds from myself. Get back to my football weight, man. But you have to start eating healthy and realize, all these opioids, all this cocaine, diluted cocaine going through your system. So you don't even know what they mixing the cocaine with. And that'd be so funny to me. People be like, oh yeah, I can't be no drug addict. I can't do no cocaine. I can't do no meth. I can't do no crack. But as soon as you go look in their medicine cabinet, they got Percocets, codeine, methadone. They're just in the name, methadone. But man, they ain't no drug addict though. Oh, they knocking. They knocking. Yo. Yeah. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you finna sit here and think you finna throw me in the middle of that. I might as well just stay in Pensacola Village in the 80s. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Some call it yuca, my little island calls it cassava. Welcome back to episode 2 of That's So Caribbean, where I show you Caribbean food staples. This is a cassava that is also known as yuca and originated in South America. It was spread to other parts of the world like the Caribbean, Asia, and Africa, and has become a beloved staple in many Caribbean islands. This starch is loved by many, especially my Jamaica, and can be cooked in different ways. One of the most popular ways to cook cassava in a Jamaica is bami, a delicious gluten-free flatbread loved across the island and so easy to make. I decided to prepare delicious Jamaican spiced cassava fries, recipe coming soon, so stay tuned, and follow Ital Eats and Treats for more Caribbean vegan food recipes.
That's dope. It's so amazing to me how you find out like where food comes from. Food be coming from everywhere, but a lot of foods come from South America, man. My country, you feel me? So remember, as soon as the government starts saying that they out of food and they can't do anything to help you leave, Do just like the Mexicans did. All the Mexicans and Ecuadorians came north, go south. Because, well, let them be the slaves up here.
A law, your body, your physical body is a corporation. So when you die, you're a corpse. Because when you're living, you're a corporation. Words and terms are based on maritime admiralty, the law of water. It's an extraordinary story about how governments rule the world. And unless you understand this, you're never going to figure out what's...
Okay, so I've explained multiple times that when you were born, because you had an SSN, a birth certificate, and a name, that all indicates that a trust was formed. Now, since your parents decided to mark you down as a U.S. citizen, you are underneath the 14th Amendment and subject to pay taxes and any fees of statutory law that they want to throw at you. But see, as a non-citizen national, you can file a WABEN, take advantage of tax treaties, and not pay taxes. Now, as a secure party creditor, you will be reestablishing your trust estate, correcting your status, and gain opportunities to be able to discharge your debts. As a trust, you're considered a private bank, and you'll gain access to the Treasury per 31 U.S.C. 3123. My Nationalism and Strawman Guide will help you become a non-citizen national. My Secure Party Creditor Guide will help you become an SPC. Link in bio.
Y'all go check her out, man. She is dope, man. She always hitting you with the knowledge, man. Eternal Zion. Y'all go hit her up, man. But as for me, boy, nationalism, that's free.
So you're telling me that 18,000 cows died in a dairy farm fire last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's this push in Congress to pass the Restrict Act, which is basically the Patriot Act on steroids.
Yep.
And plans are being made to vaccinate all our livestock with mRNA vaccines. Mm-hmm. And Bill Gates is the largest farm owner in the United States.
Yeah.
And millions of chickens were destroyed last year, and they blamed the bird flu for it.
That is correct.
And a central bank digital currency is being launched in July, which will give authorities way more control than people really realize.
Correct again.
And there's a real big push right now to push your children to be drag queens.
Yeah.
And on top of all this, Anheuser-Busch changed their marketing strategy, and people can't drink Bud Light no more.
Yep. World's changing pretty quick, ain't it?
Let's flip the
Ain't no way. It just ain't no way.
script. What if up is down and down is up? What if you look down into space standing up on Earth? This is how we built the pyramids. You play in a sandbox. It's easy to move a mountain of sand into position. Once you wet sand, it holds its form like concrete. You put the first brick at the apex of this motherfucker, right? You move sand out of this corner and that corner and place bricks there on both sides all the way to the top. Now you let the sand dry out and drop that brick right through that bitch. Sand under pressure when it's dry moves like fluid. That's why you always find viaducts in all of the motherfucking pyramids, so the sand can shoot the fuck out the bitch. Now you have a hollow cosmos. And it's built into the ground in the same specs. It's not really a pyramid, it's a diamond. It is now topped off by quartz, and at the bottom is topped off by quartz. When moonlight comes through, it refracts off of the quartz in the bottom, the first refracting laser, illuminating the night sky, which is why they called Pharaoh God, because he could turn night into day. Thus the all-seeing eye on your dollar bill above the pyramid. Because the only part of the human body made out of quartz is a human eye. When it dries out, it's small granules of quartz. That's why light transfers through it. Holla at your boy.
Dead for real, man. Shout out to Eddie Griffin, man. Big facts. Big facts, man. Everybody need to stop being so scared of Illuminati, Freemason, man. What's the point of being scared if everything comes from you? You're not gonna be scared of your own child, is you? Well, some of y'all is.
Skills that grandma didn't know. Dip the roots of roses in honey. Stick into a fresh potato, then bury in the soil. Cut off the flowers and branches. The roses take root and sprout. More roses will bloom again in a few weeks. Cut the ginger into cubes. Soak in cold water for a day, then bury it in the soil. You'll have plenty of ginger. Wrap the orange seeds in paper towels, wet with water. Germinate and transplant into the orange peel. Place in a pot. Spray with water. Orange trees will grow in 6 months. Insert a stick in the pot. Wrap it in fiber. Secure the green pineapple to the bottom. It will then grow down the stick into a green pineapple tree. Trim the top off the radish. Cut a chrysanthemum and insert it inside the radish, and you'll get a yellow radish. Drill a hole in the tree. Put a vine branch through the hole. Seal it with a mason jar. You'll have grapes in 6 months. Keep the roots of the radish. Put it on a plate. Pour in water. Sprout and transplant into the soil and continue growing. This makes a very tasty radish. Cut the roots off the radish. Bury them in the snow. Fresh radishes will grow in a month.
Bro, I'm trying, but it's right there. That was a lot of stuff I didn't even know you could do with plants, man. Damn.
Here's your friendly reminder to surrender. Sometimes we get so caught up on having control and trying to control our path and everything that happens in it. And it's like when you surrender and you really just give it over to God, Spirit, the universe, things just start to flow. We make life hard. It's a lot easier to just surrender. You got this. And I love y'all.
Positive vibes, man. Gotta have positive vibes, man. But hey, just try something new, man. If everything that you used to do isn't working, just try something new. Cause I'm trying something new, and I'm actually kind of having fun with it.
Name something that black people, especially older black people, are not ready to hear.
I got 8 things for you, and I'm going to go ahead and get out your way. Number 1, many of you abused us as children, and we are all recovering from our childhood. Number 2, white Jesus, let him go. Number 3, the pedophiles that exist within our own families that you all don't want us to talk about because you don't want the family to look bad. Stop protecting them. Number 4, stop teaching our young girls this idea of struggle love that they have to accept the bare minimum in relationships. Number 5, stop teaching our young boys that it's not okay to cry and or show emotion, that toxic masculinity has been passed down through far too many generations. Number 6, the homophobia in our community is based largely in part to the older generation and their religious beliefs that have long since been debunked. Number 7, stop gaslighting the younger people in your community and or in your family just because you're older and you think you deserve respect just because you're old, and some of y'all mad disrespectful. And last but not least, therapy. Stop telling us not to go get therapy. Stop telling us what happens in this house stays in this house. I'm done.
For real, man. Cause that whole mafioso bullshit, boy, all that shit's dead, boy. People go over here trying to do like everybody else, but they having heart attacks in their 20s. They not even reaching 50 and 60 years old. These kids actually having heart attacks in their early 20s. That's crazy, boy. I don't know what's going on.
To whom much is given, much is tested. Because those of us who really have power, those of us who really know how to work the spirits, if you will, or just know how to connect to the divine and make things happen, there is an obligation and a certain responsibility that you have with that, because you do have the power to make things happen operating from ego. That will backfire. However, if you continue to use your powers to elevate the consciousness of this planet, to heal those around you and to empower those around you to learn to use their divinity to heal themselves, you are then doing God's work. But I think people who are given these gifts forget where these gifts come from, and know that if you compromise these gifts by using them in ways that are spiteful or are otherwise harmful, you will pay for that. I live by the laws of do no harm, but take no right?
Right.
And that's real. But just know that to whom much is given, much is tested. And so I am very intentional with my power, and I hope that you, while finding more of your power and discovering yourself, will remember to be intentional with your power and remember to use it to empower others, and it will continue to empower you. Ashe.
Ashe. Big facts, man. What I got from that was you already strong, man. Be responsible. You feel me? Just, that's all it is. Don't react to every little thing. And I think I need to learn how to do that more than anything. Cause, well, I will react. Say something too far out the way, I will react. But cut you off at the hips, fuck your legs.
Shouldn't we be talking about the Nord Stream, since that's the biggest story of the century? And you guys, you have the executive editor of the New York Times there who came out with a phony story to try and block Seymour Hersh. It's just kind of funny how that happened, did you even acknowledge Seymour Hersh? All of you are executive editors of papers that broke Pentagon, My Lai, Watergate. Is this the same papers or not? Is there anything you've gotten right in the last 20 years, or am I mistaken about that? It's just kind of funny because Iraq, wrong. Syria, wrong. Russiagate, really wrong. Okay, the list goes on and on. So the last thing you could do to try and actually fix your reputation is acknowledge that through leaks, we had to find out that Zelensky was going to bomb Moscow on the anniversary. If you're so impartial, shouldn't you at least say, right, that Zelensky was going to bring us on the verge of World War III? That seems pretty fair. While Julian Assange rots in prison, all of you got, fat checks because he's in jail for doing your job. And you know what? Tucker Carlson ain't no Seymour Hersh, but he did something you guys are scared to do. Speak the truth and actually be critical of the war, which is why he was actually fired from Fox.
But sometimes you just gotta call them out in public.
Going to come in with his crew that look just like us, are friendly, and will deliver us from these nasty little aliens. That way, the satanic ones who appear to be good and friendly can help us set up a world government. And then he can take over the planet with his man who's going to be the human Antichrist. Certainly what I witnessed and what I was told by my security team do fit that perfectly. So my advice to people who see good guys coming from the skies, like in the movie or the series V, where they come and help mankind and give them all kinds of gifts in return for seawater and junk, that kind of a scenario will be played out. So the first landing, the first official disclosure will not be of the friendlies, the good guys. They'll be deceptive, just like in that movie V, and they will defeat and remove all the bad guys, the Greys and whatever, that were abducting people. And the people of Earth will be very happy. And not only will they defeat those, they will take out of power the people that are called the Illuminati or the Deep State. They're going to chew them up and spit them out, and sad for them, but this is part of the deception where they will convince even the right wing, people like myself, if we're not aware, that they have come in and cleaned house and got rid of all the evildoers, and they're the good guys. It will be a clean sweep of the house, and for those who aren't schooled in what's going on in this deception, they will fall prey to supporting a new global world order.
Man, I'm not a religious person, but all I can say is that reminds me of what the Bible said in Revelations when they said, the first time people are going to run outside and say, Jesus is here, Jesus is here. That's not really Jesus, that's the devil. And when Jesus really does come, the devil's going to say that Jesus is the devil. That's how I feel about that, man. Shit weird. Isn't it funny how everything sounds so different and yet it still sounds just like the Bible? Alright, swear.
Exposing secret websites that feel so illegal to know. FBI, you're under arrest. If you go to this website, you can get access to the world's first robot lawyer that uses AI to provide legal services no matter what you need. And here are some of the things that you can use it for when it comes to business. Plus, it can help you fight parking tickets and so much more. I'm gonna put this away, but who teaches you all this stuff? I follow Cliff Peter CEO.
Bruh. Nah, sweat. Nah, Sway, I can't do it. I can't do it, Sway. But AI is taking over everything. Now, that's good for Sway. That's good for school. Have you little little court case and everything. But man, you gotta remember, a lot of them judges up there trying to make their quota. Cause them judges, they have pay incentive for judges too, whether you know it or not. So do that at your own risk.
Trans women are women. What are your thoughts?
Trans women are trans women. That's not said disrespectfully, because my era, we were transvestites, drag queens, you're a man in a dress. We fought to have the title of trans women. Respectfully, trans men are trans men. That is not even a disrespect. It's this younger, new generation, Z crazy, that it's not enough for. But let me just break something down to y'all real simple. If a woman is a social construct and we're emulating women, what would that make us? Social construction workers? To be truthful. And if biological women stop having sex, if biological women stop having babies, it won't be no more black, white, LGBT, fat, funny looking, and nothing else. I know y'all ain't gonna like the way I put it to you in the box, but when you find the lie, stop me. Because I have relationships with trans men that they identify as men, but they're biologically women. They think that, oh, Flame, you just pandering for the women. No, I know what a woman is. Woman is Mother Earth. We all came through the birth canal of a woman. All female impersonators, transgender, sex change, whatever. You did not learn how to be a female or act like a female watching somebody like you in a suit and tie.
That's a fact.
You learn from the woman that raised you, whether it be your mother, your auntie, your stepmother, whomever. But then when I get so comfortable in my gay or my transgender or whatever I decide to become, whatever's instilled in me, I'm better than you? No, I'm not better than you. You're still my sister. Wow. But I'm better than you now? That is the problem. We keep trying to dismiss women. You cannot dismiss a woman.
Right.
Life
Or
would
compete.
stop.
Alright, so I ain't had too much else to say about that, but yeah. So this was kind of fun. This was funny. But y'all let me know how y'all like it, man. Did y'all like it? Was it funny? Was it informative? You know, I'm still gonna be doing my lectures, but like I said, it's just taking a while. So I'm trying to get like 2 big lectures ready. And yeah. But I hope y'all had fun, man. If y'all did, you ain't even really gotta hit the subscribe and like button. Like I said, I'm just doing this because I'm bored, man. Because I know something better is already coming. So y'all thank y'all for chilling with me. For real, Fat Man Buddha. Y'all better ever do, bro. Somebody get your old lady. Cause you know I'm a doer. Y'all be easy, man.